Hey everybody, my name is Contrice and welcome to my channel. I'm so happy that you guys came and checked me out. If it's your first time, thank you. If you're a returning person, thank you as well. Today's topic is going to be don't settle in your life, in relationships, in jobs, on your dreams. Don't settle. Um, if everyone gets your dream, that means that your dream is too small. You should be so uncomfortable with the dream that God gave you that it actually makes you feel weird telling people, because honestly, some people are going to think that your dreams are crazy. I know for me, I know my dreams are so big that I only tell certain people certain things because my dreams are so big that they really do seem crazy, but I know what God has placed in me and what He has told me that I'll be doing. So, where it may seem weird to other people, I just know that I'm just going through the process of reaching the goals and dreams that God has for me. So, if your dreams are too small and it's things that you feel comfortable telling everybody and you just walk around like, oh yeah, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, those might be more so goals along the way, but you have to sit back and think about what are the things that you're doing or want to do or that God has spoken into your life that are so uncomfortable to speak that you don't tell everybody. And you have to be okay with doing those things alone. Sometimes you have to go at it alone. Sometimes your spouse, sometimes your mom, your dad, your family, your friends, everybody won't get every detail of it. A lot of people will be able to get some parts of it, but if you told everybody everything that you've written down on your vision board or your list, your dream sheet, will everybody get what you're saying? No, and you have to be okay with that. As long as you and God know exactly what you're trying to do in life, it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks or says about it. So don't be willing to settle. You have to be willing to go at it, even if it's by yourself, because sometimes you will be going at it by yourself. And it's not because people don't care about you or anything like that, but sometimes people just don't have the capacity to be able to understand it, and they shouldn't. They shouldn't. Get what God promised you. You have to be willing to turn down things that don't meet the goals and the expectations for where you know God is trying to take you. I know for me, for example, there are certain opportunities that I have been given, but I know they don't quite line up with what God is telling me to do, or honestly, it seems that it's less than what I know God has promised me. So I've been turning down things because I'm like, no, I'll wait. I'll wait. So you have to be willing to be patient in the process. And it's not about, you don't despise small beginnings at all. Everybody has to start small. And honestly, overnight successes are not really overnight successes. You just found out about them. So you have to be willing to go through the process, do the things that you need to do to get you where you want to be. But at the same time, you'll know when you pray about it and God doesn't confirm it, you'll know that it's not in line with what God has for you if you don't ever get confirmation back on it. So for me, if it's something that I'm questioning, 9 times out of 10, once I pray about it, I forget about it because God never confirms it. But if it's from Him, He will definitely confirm it. And the things that I have chosen to do since I've been doing this, they have actually paid off for me really well. And I just will continue to use that until I get to where I want to be and where God wants me to be. So like I said, you have to have patience in the process. Knowing your worth, once you really figure out your worth as a person, it will make it easier for you not to settle. Sometimes we don't feel so worthy of ourselves that we are willing to settle for whatever, because we're like, oh, this is just all I'm gonna get. This must be all that God has for me. But when you know your worth and you know what God is going to do in your life, whether he has spoken into you or whatever the case may be, you will be willing to say no to so many things. And you have to do that. You have to, once you learn your worth, be willing to give up certain things, not go certain places, not deal with certain people, because you know where you're going, and anything that does not line up with that, you have to be willing to let it go. If you have got this far in the video and you haven't liked it, if you like what I'm saying so far, go ahead and like it. And if you haven't subscribed, subscribing is so important. So if you could hit the subscribe button for me, that would mean a lot to me. Abraham Hicks, she said one time, and I quote, "Lean into the direction of what you do want." So once you know what you do want, you want to put all of your effort into those things. Don't get so sidetracked or off focus that you're trying to do this thing and then you're trying to do 15 other things. It's okay to have a few things that line up with what you're trying to do, because at the end of the day, there are some people that are multi-talented and you're doing certain things. Like for me, I'm focusing on two different things, but I'm focused on those two different things. Anything that's not lining up in that or makes sense with those things, and also the things that I'm trying to do for charity, I don't even care to open myself up to it, because you can spread yourself so thin trying to go in so many different directions. But once you really know your target, what you're trying to do, lean into that thing. You have to really, really focus on what you're trying to do. Hone your craft, practice, learn, read, glean onto somebody, find somebody that can take you in and show you how they're doing it better. Don't be so egotistical that you're not willing to learn from somebody else, because honestly, you can learn from them what to do and also what not to do. So it's okay to ask people for help, and you have to be willing to do that. It's very important that you are willing to get help, because nobody can do anything by themselves. And a lot of people getting so in this, oh, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna get it by myself. No, everybody needs somebody. Everybody needs help, whether it's just asking, hey, do you think I'm doing this the right way, or whatever. During the process, whether it be a slow crawl or whatever, it's so good to get that affirmation from other people, or just to say, hey, you're doing this, but maybe you should do this. It's so important. And also in the process, be authentic. You have to be authentic. I talk about being authentic all the time. I actually have it in my prayer up there. But be authentic and not care what people think. There will always be people that don't like what you do. I watch a lot of TD Jakes videos and different people like that, and they'll have like 12,000 likes on a video post, but then they'll have like a couple of hundred dislikes or thumbs down. And it's like, really, you took the time out to not like one of the best preachers in the world, to me, in my opinion. But that says that they didn't like it for whatever reason. They're bitter, I don't know. But everybody is not going to like what you're doing. Everybody is not going to understand what you're doing. And it's not for everybody to get. I used to get really butthurt when I would tell somebody about something I'm trying to do, or like just something that I like, and people didn't get it. I felt like, oh, well, why don't they get this, or whatever like that. And it's like, no, it's not for everybody to get. Everybody is not supposed to get you, period. So they're definitely not gonna get the things that you're trying to do. But even if people don't get it, you have to be so secure with yourself and with what God put into you that it does not sway you. It doesn't take you off your horse. It doesn't take you off your path. That you're able to keep going, full speed ahead with no help, or whatever the case may be. But just be authentic, because you're only going to be happy on this path when you're being authentic. And you'll hear me say that in so many videos, but it's only when you find your true self and you stick with that you're going to be successful. Thank you for watching this video. If you made it this far and hadn't hit that subscribe button, please go ahead and hit it for me, and I'll see you next week. Thank you.